Welcome to Grow the Family, a podcast sharing infertility stories, support, and the science behind growing a family. Each episode explores infertility through honest conversations, education, and real experiences from couples and professionals walking this road. I'm your host, Courtney Lewis, and you're not alone here. Okay, perfect. All right, McKenna and Weston. Oh, losing my computer here. Okay, how about y'all give us a brief introduction? You can introduce yourselves individually and then talk about your family as well. Share anything you want to, introductory wise.
Okay, my name is McKenna. This is Weston. I'm originally from Utah, and we currently live in Arizona. We have a 1-year-old baby, and we are pregnant with our second due this
Congrats.
September.
Oh, congrats. That's so exciting.
Thanks. Um, so yeah, I came from a family of all girls. I was the youngest of 7 girls. And I've had nieces and nephews my whole life. I always wanted to be a mom, always wanted to have kids. So, yeah, that's just a little bit about me.
Yeah. Awesome. Love it. All right, Weston, tell us about you.
Um, my name is Weston. I'm originally from Florida. I have an older brother and a younger sister, and 2 loving parents. Most of my family still live there. I say most, 60%.
Okay.
My brother lives in Utah, where we just moved from, and then we live here. So
Okay. Well, are you excited to live somewhere warmer, given that you're from Florida?
yes and no.
Okay.
I mean, heat is heat, but
Right.
Um, it's great. So far, it's been good.
Good.
We've kind of talked about, we feel like Arizona's kind of gotten a bad rap for like how hot it can get.
Yeah.
And it's only May, but we've enjoyed
Yeah.
it thoroughly thus far. So
Yeah. I guess you'll see, right? By the end of the summer, you'll know.
Yes, and we live in Tucson. We don't live in Phoenix, so I think that Phoenix gets a bad rap. Hopefully, Tucson is
Right.
not that.
Maybe Tucson will be a little bit more mild. Where in Florida are you from, Weston? Because I'm actually from Alabama. So we're
we're
neighbors.
Destin area.
No. Oh
I'm
my
from
gosh.
Destin. So if you come down from Alabama, you probably go through
I'm
Destin.
in the Panhandle area. I'm from Dothan, Alabama.
Oh,
So
okay.
I
So
go to the beach all the time. Actually, my husband and I are going on Thursday for like a work trip for a couple of nights. So
awesome.
yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
So just a little trip down I-10.
Yes, a fellow neighbor. That's so exciting. That's awesome. How fun. Yeah, well, lucky you being from America's most beautiful beaches. So if anybody hasn't gone, you
Place to
should
go back.
go. Yeah, yes, but don't go during the summer. I don't know why people go during the summer. Do you know why people go during the summer? I'm like, why would you go and suffer? Like, wait till the fall or the spring or the winter when it's the off season and then it's perfection.
Yeah, well, you gotta know that. You gotta know it's the off season.
Yes.
Otherwise,
It's
just
true.
people just off of school, So
It's true. It's true. We're fine. Y'all come in the summer so we can enjoy the nice months. It's okay. Okay, well, let's jump in then. So fun. Love all of that. Okay, so tell us a little bit about your infertility story, or a lot. Let's just dive right in. Just give us a rundown when you found out, the diagnoses, the challenges. Break it down for us.
Yeah, so it starts back when I was 15. I was officially diagnosed with PCOS or polycystic ovarian syndrome. And I had known, I never had regular periods, but I had known that infertility was a possible side effect of PCOS. Our
Mhm.
dog. Um, and so I had always kind of known like in the back of my head, like it might be hard to get pregnant. We might have issues. But I was just like taking care of it. I was on medicine to try and help have regular periods. So then which helped a little bit, not super a ton.
Hmm.
Um, then we got married, and I was like open and honest from the beginning, and I had told him that I had PCOS and that having kids might be a struggle. But I just didn't know because we hadn't tried.
Right.
So we decided I just wanted to have kids like right off the bat. Um, and so we just decided to not prevent anything.
Yes.
So I wasn't on birth control. We weren't doing anything. Um, and after about 2 years of that, we I had known there was a problem, and actually a year and a half into that is when I first just went to my regular woman's health
Hmm.
family doctor. And she had been managing my PCOS, so she already knew. Um, but she was like, we can just try some ovulation inducers, start there, see if that helps. Because I had no idea like the extent of my PCOS. Um, but we soon found out that I don't ovulate,
Okay.
which was never going to help us get pregnant.
Right.
So we started with ovulation inducers. I took those for about 6 months. We tried Provera and Clomid, and just nothing worked. And so at the time, I just had a feeling. I was like, we're just gonna have to do IVF. I know we're gonna have to do IVF, so like let's just jump right to it and just do it so that we can be done.
Right.
And I was still at the time on my parents' insurance, and they had really good IVF benefits on their insurance.
Oh, amazing.
We thought.
Oh no.
Um, so I was like, this is great, like we'll just do it. Um, so after we started the ovulation inducers, and 6 months after that, nothing. We met with we went to a fertility specialist, and we met with him, and we just told him we want to do IVF. Like, we're not interested in doing IUIs. We just want to get right to it. And he was like, great. IVF has a very high success rate. And so we were both confident and excited. Um, so they sent the pre-authorization for the insurance to cover it, and they came back and said we had to either have an official male diagnosis of infertility, or we've had to try 3 IUIs before they would cover IVF.
Oh.
So I was really frustrated because
Yeah.
I had one sister, they tried an IUI and it didn't work. And I had just heard things about like IUIs are just a waste of time. Like
Yeah.
you should just go to IVF.
Yeah.
Um,
No, yeah, we hear it all.
yes.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't say it's necessarily a waste of time. It's just not a waste of time for what our
Your
infertility
condition was right. Yeah. Yes.
um like can totally be helpful for other things, but just
Yes.
Right.
not in our
Us.
case.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. And even if you like look at the different ranges of percentage, you're like, well, that's like extensive. And you're like, okay, literally, I've not been able to get pregnant on my own. So, like, why would I do
Yes.
an IUI that's literally like the exact same process as if we were just going to do it on our own? Like, it is
Yes.
just kind of funny. Yeah.
Yeah. So we got to that point, and the funny thing about fertility slash infertility is everyone else thinks they can solve your problem. Um,
Yeah.
and so anytime I have 6 sisters, I'm the youngest, so anytime I would talk about it, they would just be like, well, you just need to do this, or you just need to do this.
Hmm.
And I'm like, yeah, thanks, but no thanks, because that that doesn't do anything. If I don't ovulate, we can't.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
So we went forward with the IUIs. We did the first one, super hopeful. I don't even know why. I just had my hopes up. Um,
Yeah.
because they're like, I feel like in the fertility office and the clinic, they give you so much hope.
Yeah. Well, they're confident and they
Yes.
want to be hopeful for you, which makes sense,
Sure.
right? Like you want it to be positive.
Yeah.
But
Yes.
also, it's always this awkward thing where you're like, okay, I need to be positive and also protect my heart and my emotions. And I don't know how to do that at the same time, but I'm gonna try.
100%. Yes. So I was just like, okay, ready to do it. So we did it, and then obviously it didn't work. So I was like, okay, first one down, we have two more to go. Um, then we did the second one, same result, negative, no success. Um, and we did the third one, and this is the span of it took like 6 months to do all three.
Okay.
And so we did the third one. We went in and got a blood test to confirm pregnancy or not, and I had an HCG of like 24. So
Okay.
they're like, technically you're pregnant, but your HCG is not high enough for it to be considered like a healthy pregnancy. So they were like, it's either an ectopic pregnancy or basically that was the only thing they said. They were like, it's probably an ectopic pregnancy.
Right.
So they were like, we will do another blood test in 2 days because HCG doubles every day that you're pregnant. So they're
Okay.
like, it'll be higher. So at this point, I was like hopeful because I was like, well, there might be a pregnancy. Like, this is
Yes. You're like,
exciting.
maybe the numbers will go up.
Yes. So we were just like praying and praying. So then we went and got the blood test, and we actually were at a family reunion that weekend, which I at that point had kind of decided to stop talking to my family about fertility just
Yeah.
because it's just so draining. Like,
Right.
it's just such an emotional roller coaster for you as an individual, and then getting everyone else's reactions and
Like
emotions.
insights. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Even just like like when the doctor comes in, like they want you to be pregnant. It's just like I feel like
Yes.
like you feel like you kind of let people down, like
Right.
when you're not or whatever. And so yeah, after like the first one, we kind of just we're just like we're just gonna like I think we shared it like maybe with our parents,
Yeah, that we were doing
and
it,
but
but
like everyone else is kind of just like you know you don't want to share like, and it's also kind of weird. It's like, well, are you telling me when you're having sex to get pregnant? Like, it's like, anyway.
It's
And
like
so,
I just naturally do this on my own. It's true. It was never a surprise for my
yeah,
family.
yeah.
We all knew
yeah.
whether it was a yes or a no. Yeah.
Yes. So we were at a family reunion, and I got a call, and they had said that my HCG had barely risen, and so it was just a failed pregnancy, which is really hard because I feel like I was at such a high, and I was like, it worked, like we're pregnant, my HCG will rise, and then it didn't. I'm like devastated, sad. So I went out and told my mom and my sisters because they were all there, and I just got the same reactions that we always get, which I feel like when you tell, and even like with miscarriages and like this ectopic pregnancy,
Mhm.
um, people just resort to like, well, at least you can get pregnant, or you could get pregnant.
Right. Right.
It's not super helpful in this situation because
Yeah.
I'm not pregnant and I want to be pregnant.
Right.
Anyway, so we were super sad, but at this point we had met all three IUIs and done the pre-authorization. So we went back to the fertility doctor and we were like, we're just ready to do IVF. And again, like got our hopes super high. So we started our IVF journey, which IVF is a long process.
Mhm.
I think I just went into it like
This will be
I would
fast, like my
yes, I went
IUIs.
into it on my
I just
timeline. It
knocked
would
out
take
like 3 in 6 months.
yes. And it is just not that.
Mhm.
um, so we started in, I don't even remember when we started, but we did our egg retrieval, which we had really good results from that. We had a lot of eggs. They retrieved like 42 eggs, so we were super hopeful about that. And then after they fertilized them and everything, we ended up with 24 blastocysts. So we felt really good and very blessed for that.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah, so we wanted to do a fresh transfer, but the doctor was like, we just need to like your ovaries need to calm down, so we're gonna do a it's our baby.
Oh, hello, baby. Welcome to our interview.
Um, he was like, your ovaries need to calm down, so we'll do a frozen transfer, which is disappointing because it's just like with fertility, you're just on the timeline of the doctor, and when you just conceive naturally, like you can just do it whenever you want.
Yes, yes. Yeah. And
And
with infertility, it's all about like timing. Like, when's your menstrual cycle? When's your,
yes,
like what are
yes,
the ovaries doing? What is your
yes,
hormones doing? Like, there's so much that goes into it that you like don't even realize. Or it's like, oh, your body's not receiving the medication well. Well, let's up your doses and like let's go
yes.
spend another grand on medications. Like it's just like,
Yep.
what in the world is going on? Yes.
It just feels like any little thing that could go wrong goes wrong. And
Hmm.
there's just so many, like, I didn't realize how many tests there would be, and I didn't realize how many ultrasounds there would be, but it's just so much. Like, even before the egg retrieval, like, they do all the testing to make sure you're good and make sure your uterus looks good.
Yeah.
Um, so,
Even like IUIs. Like I remember like there's a couple of IUIs where like they give you this medication beforehand to like, you know, to make your ovaries bigger essentially. And I remember even like you would come in to get checked and then they would like measure the size of the ovary and they're like, they're big, but they're not big enough. And so we're gonna
Yeah.
send you with like $1,000 more worth of medication and we'll see you in 4 days
Yeah.
after taking that. And
Yeah.
you're like, great.
yeah.
It's just like,
There's
thank you.
one.
Yeah, so it was just like another delay just felt like
Yes.
the worst. But we just had to wait a month, which is exciting. So we did our first transfer in September of 2024. Is that right? Yeah, that is right.
Yes.
In September of 2024, and then you have to wait the long, long, long 2 weeks. No,
Hmm.
it's only 2 weeks. It feels like 6 weeks. And we found out we were pregnant, which
Yeah.
was super exciting. But I
Yes.
feel like with fertility, it's just like I was just skeptical the whole entire time, and I was just
Yeah.
like expecting a miscarriage, expecting something to go wrong. So I was not like I was excited to be pregnant, but I also was just so nervous and having so much anxiety that something was going to go wrong.
Yes. Yeah.
So we had our first baby, and then we when he was 6 months, we decided we knew that we were going to move to Arizona and our fertility clinic is in Utah.
Right.
So we decided we wanted to do another transfer before we left.
Okay.
So we went back and the doctor was like, we don't normally do this close together. But he was like, I guess we can just do some testing and just see like where you're at. So we did.
And we wanted to do it early enough. So we moved in May, so this month, 2 weeks ago, week and a half ago. But we were just concerned because just like with, I mean, less like with IUIs, but it may not, you know,
Right.
stick, you know what I
Yeah, it
mean?
might.
And then you have to go through the whole process again. You have to go through the cool down period and
Right.
all that
Yeah.
kind of stuff. And so we were, was it December when we started? No.
We started in well, we started the testing in October.
Okay. Yeah.
I didn't know that you had to do all the testing again. So we started the testing in October, which they were like, it's a 3-month prep period, and then we can do the transfer at the end of December. So our plan was to try and do a transfer, and then if it didn't work, we would have time to do another one before we moved. So we did the testing, and then we found out that my uterus had polyps. Yeah. My uterus had polyps, and so they were like, we're not comfortable doing a transfer. So you need to have a hysteroscopy, which removes the polyps from your uterus, which took more time, and it's just like you just get it. It's just frustrating when it just feels
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
all of it is time.
Yes. Yes.
So we did that, and then luckily everything was good after that, and we did our second transfer, and it was successful. So we're having our next baby this September. So yeah, that was
Exciting.
kind of long, but that
Yes. So
has been our
that's where
journey.
you're at currently.
Yes.
Okay, that's exciting. And you said you have 24 embryos, right?
Yeah, we had 24 and now we have 22 because him and the one we currently
Man,
have.
you're gonna get to have like 22 more kids. This is amazing.
I know. Which it's funny because I always said I wanted 12 kids. Like I've said it my whole life.
Yeah.
Now there is just a good chance
Yeah,
of
yes,
having
there
12.
is. I love
We're
that.
taking it one at
Hey,
a
one
time.
baby at a time, right?
Yes.
Okay, so tell me how you feel like infertility has impacted your marriage so far. Like, has it been, have y'all just kind of like pushed through? It's been positive, etc. Like, how's it been? Did y'all cope differently? What helped y'all
I
stay
for sure think
connected?
I for sure think we coped differently. Just because I'm more of an emotional person and he's more of a logical person.
Yes, men and
Um,
women, so different.
yes. So
Yeah, I think, I mean, obviously, there's plenty of nights crying.
Hmm.
Just and I think as on my end, I don't really think McKenna ever saw me cry, um, which maybe was planned, maybe wasn't. Just not wanting to show, like trying to be there to be the support, especially
Right,
since it wasn't like I don't want to say it's her fault. It's not,
right.
but you know,
You're
just
trying to be there.
knowing that affects the psyche on her part more than it does on mine. And
Hmm.
so just trying to be the person that she needed me to be.
Hmm.
Um, obviously it was sad. Um, Especially the first IUI, just you're just the most hopeful with the
Yeah,
first, you
with the
know,
first one.
you know, because they have the the not the pregnancy strips, the other ones, the ovulation strips.
yeah.
And
Hmm.
so, when you're doing the medications, you can use some of the strips and, you know, you'll know if you're ovulating or not. And
Right.
so those were
Kind of
less
gave you,
disappointing. But,
right.
with the IUI, you don't know. It's this whole new world. And this is not I didn't even know what IUIs or IVF. I didn't know what it stood for. I didn't, this was something that's
Now you're a
completely,
natural. Now you
yeah,
know it all.
it's like I had a buddy in my previous job that he and his wife were same fertility clinic and everything. And I remember just, we had just recently had Cal, like he was probably 2 or 3 months old or something like that. And he was talking about all that kind of stuff and was like, oh, what was, you know, trying not to be, because some of those questions are a little personal, but like, what was this? What was that? Like,
That's
how did
hilarious
this
that you
go?
say that, though. I have uncles that work cows and they'll try and talk to me about it too. And they're like, yeah, I'm like, sometimes I'm like, are you offering to be my doctor? Like, it's all good. Don't worry.
Yes.
But
Too funny. Yes.
different world. And,
Yes.
but I definitely think that, you know, with anything, trials strengthen.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Uh, that's what I think they've done.
Hmm.
No, it for sure has. Which I feel like I was just more emotional.
Hmm.
And so I feel like I just relied on Weston a lot because he's right. I didn't see him cry or be sad. I'm sure he was sad or maybe in his own time, but like that really helped me to see him be hopeful. Like that gave me hope.
Hmm.
Um, and so I really think it strengthened us, but at the same time, it's hard not to question like what's wrong with you as a couple? Why can you not get pregnant? Why can teenagers get pregnant on a one night stand, but we're a happily married couple and all we want is a baby and we can't get pregnant?
Yeah.
So I feel like that was hard, and I feel like I really did like a lot of self inventory and self inventory of our relationship of like what are we doing wrong that we can't have a baby, like what is not working. But
Yeah.
all in all, like I think that
Hmm.
it has strengthened us even though it may have not been the plan that we wanted, but I feel like it has been perfect for us.
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah. It was what y'all needed to go through or
Yes.
whatever. Yeah. No, I love that. I think that's good. Um, what is there anything else that you turn to for strength during that time aside from one another or during the process, I guess?
I mean, we're religious, so we prayed a lot,
Hmm. Yeah.
and relied on that.
Yeah.
Um, and then it was like a hit and miss with family and friends. Sometimes it would help talking to them, and sometimes it wouldn't. And not to be rude to them, but it's just like you don't understand until you're in the situation. And even then, everyone's fertility journey is different.
So unique, so different.
Yes. And so it's like no one really knows what you're going through except for you.
Hmm.
So it's hard for anyone to try and relate to you. And they want to try and make you feel better, but it's just they don't know how necessarily.
Yeah.
Um, so I feel like we honestly it was just us that
Yeah.
we relied on, and then we just prayed a lot.
Yeah.
And
No, I
yeah,
mean, I think I would say that that was similar for my husband and I is relying on one another and then our faith in God for sure was huge because even if others didn't understand, the Lord gets it, and
yes, yeah,
understands. And my husband's the baby of 14 children. So it was an extreme shock. We were like, wow, like, how is this possible?
yeah,
And so anyway, so we're the first infertility cases for both of our immediate families.
yeah,
Nobody else had it. So it's just a completely different experience for all of
yes,
us, including our parents and siblings and different things. So, but yeah, I would say family was a good support, but ultimately at the end of the day, coming back to one another and to the Lord was what ultimately was going to help us in the
yeah.
end. and did help
Yeah.
us in the end.
Yeah.
Um, okay, well, tell us, was there anything that has surprised you about yourself throughout this journey?
Um,
I think the 24 blasts was that was a shock.
Yeah,
yeah.
Like I don't know, for me, just going from
no luck.
like we're gonna try, like, we're gonna do the ovulation stuff, we're gonna try nothing, and then, they're like, we'll be happy if we can get like 10, like 10 is a great number.
Hmm.
They're like, well, I think he was like, we harvested 48 eggs, 42 eggs. Yep.
Wow.
24 of them became blasts, and like of that, like 12 or 13 of them were like the highest. Yeah.
Wow. That's amazing.
Um, that was, which is not normal,
No,
Yeah.
but an absolute blessing.
Yeah.
that was
Amazing.
honestly, I think one of the biggest surprises to me because it felt like my body had been failing everything up to that point.
Hmm.
And so then to have like this one large success was like, okay, win, right? And that exceeded our expectations. Like, why
Yeah.
can't you work in the rest of the process?
Yeah.
Pretty sure to this day it's the most he's ever retrieved from anyone, because we went in for something else, and
Yeah.
we were talking to one of the nurses, and she was like, we said the number 42, and she's like, you're the one that did 42.
Like y'all are like talked about at the
Yeah.
clinic.
We're like
Are
superstars.
like you are like well known.
I'm not a superstar. It's
Uh,
just the guy that's there to hold the hand.
no, you're doing a lot. You're doing a lot too. It's good. That is funny. Yeah, that is an incredible number. Do y'all ever talk about in the future what that will look like? Like, what if all of your grade A eggs work and let's say down the road you do have 13 kids? Do y'all ever talk about what you would do with your other embryos?
We currently have them,
They're donated to science, I think.
Okay. Yeah.
which I don't know. I go back and forth because I'm like, um, because I do have a lot of eggs,
Yes.
we learned. I I would love to do egg donation to help other families.
Yeah.
Um, I just don't know, like donating our embryos because I'm like, those are our babies.
Yes.
So I don't necessarily want to donate those to other people. Um, so I feel like we decided to donate them to science for research or something, and then I can give back by just doing regular egg donation and donating eggs that way.
Yeah. Yeah. Interesting. I like it. I'm always just intrigued what people decide because my husband and I, we never got great numbers with us. And so anyway, so I've never had to really consider that, right? Not seriously because I never have had the embryos
Yeah.
numbers like y'all have, but I'm like we have had that conversation just for kicks and giggles, if you will, just to be like, well, what if? What
Yeah.
if? What would we do? So it is always interesting what people would do. Okay. So last few questions here. What would you tell someone that's walking a similar road?
Oh, um, I don't know. I feel like there's so many things. There's so many things that I feel like helped me and didn't help me. Um, I feel like a lot of the time people are they just want to give you hope and they just want you to feel hope. But in the moment and in the process, there's not a lot of hope
Yeah.
at times. Other times there's hope and other times there's not.
Mhm.
Um, so when people just say like it'll work out, it's gonna be okay. Um, it just was like hard to hear because I'm like, yeah, it says you who has 4 kids and was able to do
Right.
it and didn't go into debt because you wanted to have babies.
Right.
Um, so honestly, I probably would just tell them like it's okay to be sad. It's okay to grieve. It's okay to experience those feelings and to feel those feelings. Because it's normal and it's natural. And I feel like at times people would they're very uncomfortable with um, negative feelings. And so whenever we would talk about it, I feel like everyone's immediate reaction would just be like something optimistic, something hopeful. At least you can get pregnant, whatever. Um, and so I would just tell them, like, it's okay to feel the uncomfortable. It's okay to feel all of the mixture of emotions that you feel. And then also just to rely on your spouse because I feel like you two are the two going through it. And like, I don't know if I was ever a strength to Weston, but it's definitely a strength to me. And so I feel like just as because it's your journey and it's just you two on that path, then like, and you know each other the best, you know how to help each other. So just rely on your spouse. So
Yeah.
I think that you would say.
Um, I was just gonna say, you know, be okay with feeling your feelings.
Mhm.
I yeah, infertility is a total roller coaster.
Mhm.
Um, we have a nephew who the summer we started dating, um, was diagnosed with cancer, um, and was had cancer for 18 months, give or take. And his big thing was he was just the most positive kid in the world. I don't know how he did it. I
Mhm.
I didn't I didn't even know it, because we met prior to that on a mission trip for our church and
Yeah.
just communicated through email for a while. And um, anyway, so I didn't even know the kid, but just the positive attitude that he had, just the Heavenly Father is going to do with me what he needs to do with me.
Yeah.
Stroke, and
Yeah.
he was the same way. Just Heavenly Father is going to do with me what he needs to do with me,
Oh,
and just some attitude with you know being able to get pregnant, and just Heavenly Father is going to do with us and with our situation what he needs us to do, whether that was going to be needing to adopt, or and not even needing, just being blessed with the opportunity to adopt, feeling like you need to adopt,
right.
or on the other side of that, being blessed with what we were blessed with,
Mhm.
and not even that adoption that out of the picture.
Right.
We would love to adopt at some point, but feel the feelings and know that Heavenly Father has a plan for you, and it may not in any way be what you think it needs to be.
Mm.
Just roll with the punches,
Yeah.
because there's going to be plenty of them, I'm sure. And maybe you're one of the lucky ones. I don't know, but it's not going to be what you expected. So just buckle in
Mm.
and enjoy the
Enjoy the ride. Yeah. No, I love both of those pieces of advice. So I appreciate that. I think it's super helpful to for people to know that it's okay to feel all of the emotions, and especially if you're the one doing the treatments, right? an excessive amount of emotions because
Yes.
you've got all of the medications. So if
Your
you're
hormones are all over.
yeah, so if you're the one going through treatments, you know, and then the other spouse is not, both of you just need to hold on because there might be a little bit of crazy in life at that time.
Yes.
And excess, a heightened amount of emotions. And then I think that's huge, just depending on one another and really turning to one another during that time. And then I love what you said, Weston, that Heavenly Father is going to do what he's going to do with you, and it's important that we trust in him instead of being fearful and anxious. And it's okay if we're going to have those feelings for a little bit because they're going to come, but then we need to push through them and we need to carry on and continue to move forward and do our best to live each day, the best that we can. And so, anyway, I love that. Love all of your thoughts. Um, and love hearing about your journey and super excited for baby number two and
Thank
baby
you.
number 12. It's gonna be great.
Yeah. We'll see what happens.
I love it. I think that's gonna be so awesome. I appreciate you guys taking the time to interview with me
Yeah.
and just being willing to be vulnerable and share all of the things because, as I sometimes say, I think infertility can be a hush hush topic. But I think there's so much power in having a community.
Yes.
And even though our stories are all going to be different because our diagnosis may be different, or just we as individuals, we're all unique and different, still there's a strength that comes from knowing other people that get it and just from hearing their stories and learning from them. I have been extremely amazed how much I have learned from other individuals just since we've started our journey, but also just since starting this podcast, which I just started this podcast this year. And I've learned so much, and it has opened my eyes to so many things that you think you know it all, but I don't. I don't know. I don't know half of it. And so
Yeah.
it's just been very interesting to learn and to hear of how many other things there are out there that people are experiencing, and just the incredible faith and miracles that people are seeing in their lives. So whether they've had the success or not, seriously, so many inspiring people, and you
Yeah.
guys are one of them. So
Oh, thank
thank
you.
you guys
Yeah, well, thank
again.
you for giving us this opportunity. We're happy to share our experience.
Thank you. Thank you so much for spending this time with us. Infertility can look different for every person, every couple, and every family. And if today's conversation resonated with you, I hope you know you're not alone. At Grow the Family, we believe growing a family doesn't look the same for everyone. For some, that includes children. For others, it looks like strengthening a marriage, healing individually, parenting in new ways, or finding peace and purpose in a different outcome than expected. Every path matters. If this episode encouraged you or helped you feel seen, we invite you to subscribe, leave a review, or share it with someone who might need it. Thank you for being here, and thank you for continuing to grow your family in whatever way that looks like for you.